Hello, picture the difference. It's our art session tonight, and I prepared for you a really funky and quirky project today, which is group portraits with watercolors and pen. I'll just do a few close-ups for you. And they are really fun to do. They're very expressive, and you can be really extremely creative with them. So let's just get started. Okay, so the first part of the process will be painting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 3 in each row, color patches or just shapes, which later on can be used for the background of the actual drawings. When you do that, try wet on wet technique, so a little bit of water first, then paint. It doesn't have to be too wet, but just allow to blend the colors and use 2 or 3 colors for each portrait. Also have a tissue so I can lift some of the color when required. Let me just get started on my water. So I'm just drawing gently a semi-face kind of shape and filling that with water, and sometimes I do a little bit for something that would be reminding me of her. So this one I'm going with red, and I'm just going back into that space. Sometimes I just add water and I lift some paint as well. Okay, gonna add some yellow here. Okay, that's the first one. Remember, you can do front view and you can do profile view as well. So don't worry about those shapes too much, what they look like. Just play with it. If the color is too strong, you can always lift it and go back with water into the same area. Okay, so I have my 6 portraits, bases. Sometimes you may decide to go back some of them. Here I'm just going to add some darker color for more contrast. So the next stage is to dry it, and it needs to be completely dry before you move to the next stage. So it's important that it's fully dry because you're going to be working on top of that paint with black pen. So I'm going to let it dry, or you can sometimes speed up with your hair dryer, and then I come back to you. So this is dry now. Yeah, I'm just showing you example what I've done before. So those faces are really, some of them really funky, unexpected. And this is exactly what you're doing with those shapes. You are allowing those shapes to give you suggestions for the portrait, and they can be very funky, very weird and strange and quirky. You don't really have to worry about what it looks like. You know, does it look as realistic? It doesn't have to. They could be portraits of people, but I can tell you right now, this is for me. It's going to be a portrait of the moon, definitely, because I can just see shapes in it. And as you do it, look at the how watercolor is forming shapes with different value of the colors, so from dark to light, and those shapes can give you suggestions as well. So you're kind of getting guided by what's already there on that page. You're working only with black pen, any pen will do, and you can add as many details as you want. It's a good idea to start on main features first and then go back to each portrait and add more details. Like with this one, I started just by outlining main face positions, and then I went back, and for example for this one I added details to hair, glasses, more details to ears. This one, my last, again, I just did the main face with hair, then I decided to add details into hair and made more details into eyes. So it is going to be like a returning activity, which is quite good. So I'm going to get started here, and then when I'm finished, I will show you what they look like, so you can see part of the process. That's the most important. Okay, so let's start with my moon. Those are my basic shapes, and now I'll just go into details and show you the final result. So here I'm just showing you how far I've gone with the details. I probably could carry on working on that for a bit longer, and it's up to you how long you want to work on it for. And this is the first one, so let's just have a look at both of them. So we have a little gallery here and the close-up. Okay, so here we are. I'm looking forward to see your work.